Leos, hi. Time for your reading for December 2020. Welcome. The year's almost at an end. I want to thank all of you so much. Ah, there's my cat at the back. His name's also Leo. I want to thank you all so much for your support throughout this year. It's been such a challenging year. Oh my goodness. I hope that you all are doing well. And so let's see what we've got for you. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Ascendant. For December 2020. Take what resonates. Let's see what we got. Okay, let's just... So the way that I want to do this reading is... Okay, this card keeps on falling out. Let's just take it for you. Say where you currently are. Okay, it's not a bad card. It's not a bad card. Alright, so the way that I want to do it for you is I'm going to look at sort of like your 3D, the things that you kind of moved from that weren't really quite working for you, towards the 5D where you currently are, you know, what's kind of coming towards you. And so in this sort of bridging over phase, you know, sort of like at the end of the year, what are the sort of like 4D things holding you back? And the first card that came out for you was the Two of Cups, which is where sort of like the current sort of energy. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Adrian. I'm intuitive healer, practice holistic wellness. And I also do spiritual regression hypnosis, and I think Leo wants to go out now. Of course you do. Don't pull things off over here. I'm gonna go outside. Ciao. Okay. There's a wonderful coming together of circumstances. Okay. Love that. So let's leave that as overall energy. Let's look at the 3D. Where did you move from? What are the things that weren't working so well for you that you were moving from? The Hierophant, the Seven of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles. One more. Okay, sure, no worries. So the Hierophant, Seven of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. Now you see what Leo's doing. So this is sort of like that new phase, that new platform, that new, you know, like when you're on the bottom of a staircase and going towards something new, towards something quite amazing, towards something quite wonderful. But so for many of you, something really incredible could have come your way. And it's almost like everybody said that you're ready. But you and yourself realize, you know, that, you know, you could have still had hope and joy and all those wonderful things, but maybe not the sort of happiest of experience, not that fulfilling for yourself, which I feel in many ways could have felt quite sort of unsettling for you, because a lot of people could have been very excited and very happy for you, for whatever it was that happened. And they couldn't quite understand why, in a sense, you were sort of dystopian about it. And the reason for that, what other people would see as maybe hesitancy, you know, and I feel there could have been quite a bit of contradiction going on there, is because you knew it in yourself. There were things that were not quite resolved just yet, not quite dealt with just yet, okay? And then with the Queen of Pentacles there, but you knew that some work needed to be done, and there was a willingness to do the work. I think this was a bit of a difficult one for many of you, because it was almost in a sense of, which is very weird to see, almost in a sense in a Leo reading sometimes, but it's almost like, do I deserve it? You know, am I worthy of this change? There's a lot of sort of like that inner, you know, talk that can hold a person back in life sometimes. There was a lot of that was taking place here for you. And for many of you, you only saw contradictions, you only saw problems, you saw a lot of reasons why things aren't working out. Now, this is a bit of a challenging one, because here you are, you know, sort of being presented with something, you know, really quite fantastic, and that you know, it sort of makes your heart do like the happy bounce dance. So you do want it, and you are moving towards it as well, or you know, you really want to. You've got all the support. Meanwhile, inside there is the sort of inner chatter that's going like, but I don't really think you're worth that. You know, you can't do that. Maybe there's other people better for this than you. And it's very difficult when we have that sort of inner devil that is like whispering in our ear. But in the same token, incredibly motivated to go towards what it is that you want to have. Knowing that, so this is what's happening over here. This is like knowing what it is that you deserve, knowing that you deserve this, knowing that you're worthy of this. But there's a big difference between knowing and that sort of feeling. So it's kind of like a tug of war kind of happening over here. A difference of interest in a sense. And this is almost like one of those things where you don't exactly want to you don't really want to rain on your own parade, but it's not so much as you don't want to do it for yourself. You don't want to do it for all the other people involved. I feel there's a lot of people that sort of like their hope is sort of like riding on your success, and everybody just assumes that you want this, that you are happy. Nobody's really sort of stopping and asking, do you actually want this? Does this sit well with you? Is there any sort of preparatory work that you need to do? Everybody just assumes that you are ready. And it's quite a lot of pressure. It's quite a lot of pressure. I'm going to draw you 2 more cards here. It's too many cards. It's a whole handful of cards. It'll be interesting if we got the Empress coming up, because the Empress has been presenting itself all the way through your reading. Maybe just not yet. What I've got at the moment, I've got the 10 of Wands in reverse, the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So this is almost sort of feeling like, I almost feel like it's not like you want to say no. You don't want to say no. You wanted to say yes. But you would have appreciated if you could have been given just a little bit of time, a little bit of space, a little bit of energy to just sort of sort out your loose ends, It's almost like nobody considered your feelings. Now, let's see what's coming towards you. And then we're going to see, so that's where you're kind of coming from. Overall energy, we still have the 2 of Cups over there, that something is busy kind of coming together. This could also be... Are you going to stand here? This could also be a very unexpected love, a very unexpected blessing, a sudden turn of events. Whilst you were kind of dealing with all your crap, a little light sort of like started to shine through, but it's like sneaking through. No, you're going to stay in here. And yeah, it's a bit of it's like a bit of a welcome surprise, like sometimes, like, just imagine waking up really, really early in the morning and you've got a lot of worries and a lot of concerns, a lot of things on your mind. So you wake up and you make yourself like a coffee or whatever, and you're sitting in the garden and you're sort of like contemplating what's happening in your life and where do I go next. And the next moment you realize, you saw the sun coming out through sort of like the trees, and it's really, really beautiful. Leo, we're going to have a problem with each other. I'm not going to let you back in again. I'm really, really sorry for that. I really, really apologize for that. Okay. But this is also how the way Leo acts and reacts usually indicates to me very much what's happening in the reading. And this is like sort of like one of those things where there's it's like there's like a little wonderful thing, like a blessing or something happening at the moment, but in a sense it feels like a distraction, So something nice is happening, but you may not quite be seeing it for the nicety that it is yet at this particular point in time, because you're kind of seeing it as a distraction. So it's like with that analogy that you're sitting there in the garden and you want to sort of think about these things in your life and all those type of things, and then the sun is coming out and suddenly it's in your eyes and you're feeling a little bit sort of like thrown by it, and you're just like damn it. I need some time to think. I don't need to be distracted by beauty right now. So that is what I'm talking about. It's like there's something beautiful, almost in a sense, snuck up on you. You didn't quite expect it. So going forward, or what's coming towards you, the 5D, we've got the 4 of Swords, we've got the Judgment card. It's too many cards. It's a whole handful of cards. Okay. One more. All right. Too many cards. Can I have one card, please? I would like one card for Leo, please. Apparently I won't get one card, I'll get 4. Okay, well, that's how it's going to go then. So, first of all, there's a beautiful acceptance there coming towards you where whatever didn't work out in the past, there's a beautiful release, there's a wonderful sense of forgiveness, there's a great sense of, okay, that didn't work out. There's a lot of letting go of the sort of things that didn't work out. There's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful inner work taking place over here for you. This is so beautiful to see, by the way, where you are really making peace with the disappointment. So it didn't work out, you know, so they expected too much of me, so I didn't feel ready for that, so I missed that opportunity. Releasing that disappointment, okay, releasing its hold on you. And the wonderful thing is when we do that, that is when we sort of open the way for incredible blessings to come through for us. Because whilst we are holding on to the past, the things that didn't work out, the people that let us down, the people that broke our hearts. Now, don't get me wrong. You know, at the end of the day, we are human beings. We have emotions. We still feel things. But it is the hold that it had on you that you are releasing. Okay, the sort of need for them to feel sorry, to get even, to, you know, they hurt me so much, they expected so much, it was so unfair. Sort of letting all that go, all that baggage go. And when we let it go, we actually get so much more, because, you know, we don't spend so much time and so much, you know, sort of energy, mind energy, you know, personal energy investment towards the things that didn't work out. Which means when we let it go, that is when the beautiful blessings and things start to flow into our life, because we actually make space for the miracles. Okay, so going forward, there's wonderful things coming into life, but it is this little sneaky where you are at the moment that is sort of creeping up on you, that you might be experiencing almost as a sort of irritation. It's sort of like taking your compass back to north. It's rerouting you towards the, you know, the positivity that you may have, you know, missed, almost like in hindsight. And when I say in hindsight, I mean it's like sometimes we try so hard to find a solution to something that it doesn't actually cross our minds that we can actually just let it go. Or it doesn't cross our minds that, you know, we can be sad and we can be disappointed and we can be heartbroken. We can be all of those things, you know. But in the same token, you can actually still open your heart for something wonderful as well. All right. So you can be very down, but if love comes knocking on your door, you can still open it for that as well, you know. This is a reminder that you don't have to be the perfect version of yourself in order for other people to see the perfection within you. Because sometimes we feel that we have to be this perfect person, and another person would say, like, you know, I don't even have to help you heal. I'm happy for you to be whoever you are until you are ready to be somebody different. And in that sense, they do actually help us without actually even meaning to say so. So that's sort of what's happening for you at the moment. And then we've got the King of Swords in the Moon. So you're getting clarity about the things that, you know, that were holding you back. There's a sense of elevation that's taking place here. There's a, yeah, how would I put this? You would be dealing here with either a very mature water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or what I see most likely here is an air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, with Aquarius probably being option number 1, Libra option number 2, and likely a Gemini. Okay. But probably more, this is going more towards, you know, an Aquarius energy, unless you've got Aquarius within your own chart. That strength is coming out quite strongly for you. All right. And when we speak about the strength of Aquarius, that is when you sort of get that clarity of life back, that independence, you know, that equal balance, you know. It's that perfect middle ground. If you do happen to understand astrology a little bit, but, you know, it's that perfect middle ground between, you know, Leo that can sometimes be a little bit too bold, And Aquarius, they can sometimes go just a little bit too low. So it's that beautiful middle ground in between. Okay. And I love this. So probably a water sign that you're dealing with, because then we've got the Four of Cups and we've got the King of Cups. There is a definite issue, a matter of the heart happening over here. Could be love, it could be romance, it could, whatever it is, you know, this is something that speaks to you very personally. It's of a very personal, you know, nature, to a very personal interest to you. It's the kind of thing that almost makes your life feel that it's got purpose, but that emotional sort of balance, you know. It is that sobriety of thought. Okay. I like this. I like this very much. Also, there's a realization here coming towards you where you're getting to see how important your particular happiness was to many other people. Without really meaning to do so, you could have become just a little bit self-centered there. You didn't quite, you know, and when I say that it's not from a selfish point, this is more when we don't really realize the impact that you know, us as people, as human beings, as individuals sometimes, that we don't sometimes realize the impact that we as individuals have on other people's lives. We don't understand the sort of opinion that they have of us, okay? And once we sometimes, you know, when we begin to get that sort of clarity, it's actually quite incredible, because we get to understand why they acted the way that they acted, you know. And then we often get to see that they actually always had our best interest at heart. We just didn't understand it as such at that particular point in time. You got the Seven of Wands, again, the understanding, and Temperance. I feel as you're going forward, there's quite a bit of misunderstanding there in the past. Things were not quite, you know, grasped by you quite fully. Okay, they weren't so fully understood, and this is obviously one of those situations, you know, where when we begin to understand better, we start to do better. And here with this Two of Cups, where you currently are, this Two of Cups, this current card that came out, is taking you towards this Temperance, towards your actual sort of like ability to embrace your ultimate power, your potential, the possibility, you know, of your life. And you know, as typical Leo, you sort of got that almost thing where sometimes, you know, you understand that it's good for you. You may not think about it like that, but like you sort of lead, because, you know, you see things in a broader sort of perspective than what other people do see it sometimes. But where you're sort of going is there's a very much an openness towards other people's sort of view of things, their opinion, you know, sorry, their way of looking at things. And in that sense, you are still able to lead, but you're able to lead so much better, because now you're not just going with your own sort of thought. There's a real actual opening, there's a listening and an actual consideration of the different angle that other people are, you know, seeing things at. So there's a definite improvement of human relations going forward. Okay, definitely. So you might be looking forward to quite a exciting 2021, and you know, even 2023. I mean, I don't know why, but if any of you are planning something towards that, maybe you're studying or planning to get married or anything like that, but I'm getting a big like 2023 in my mind. It's like, I don't know, like balloons or... Oh, look at this. Look at this. I'm going to get you one more card. This is what you want to see. Speaking of the sun. Okay. So, right. So, the first card that came out for you with the current energy, the sun. Some of you may be a little bit ahead of yourselves, but it's also... I like this because even though we're sort of looking at contradictions, Your contradictions are fading away because you're really coming into your own. You're stepping into your full potential. Then I had the Ace of Swords. So there's a clarity of mind, clarity of realization. Remember that sobriety of thought that I was talking about? That it's definitely stepping forward. There's a realization for many of you, and this is a powerful, powerful, powerful thing to happen in this world. I would never forget when I started to have the shift within my own mind, is that as much as I would believe that I always knew best, I sometimes didn't. You know, the Lovers, which was underneath the King of Pentacles. This is hard work paying off. So you may have felt initially a little bit forced into a particular situation. It could have had something to do with love. It could have been with an opportunity, money, but you felt very pushed into something. And I think one of the main reasons why many of you might have had some resistance about this is because you didn't like the idea of actually feeling pushed, like you didn't have a choice. But you're actually beginning to see why it is that certain people wanted to push you towards a certain direction, person, situation. And it's in that realization that you're actually getting to see how you are probably more excited about this now than the people who initially pushed you into it, you know. So the same people that push you, they're like, oh my goodness, you're like, maybe you want to take a little bit of a break now. You want to take it easy. You're like, no. All right, let's see what we've got for you for a message from the universe. I thought that card was flipping around. What's going on there? Okay. Message from the universe. And then we're going to end off here with an oracle card. So you've got the Hanged Man in reverse. But you've got things kind of sorted here. You've got the Ace of Swords in reverse. But then you've got the Ace of Wands and the Justice card in the upright position. So the way that you thought things should be, you thought that maybe you have to wait, you have to take some time, there has to be some plan, maybe needed to make some sort of list. I feel a very sort of sense of like, you have to organize, straight lines here. And there comes that universal intervention, sort of like that Ace of Wands with the Justice card. You didn't expect this. You did not see this coming. You didn't. But here it is. And it can sometimes sort of take us a little bit by surprise when you didn't see something coming, and yet here it is and you realize, but this is the perfect sort of thing for me. I love seeing that. Alright, let's get you a... There might be some sort of unfairness that was happening here, with love, with connection. Maybe you were far away from each other. There was some sort of like, it felt, unfair situation going on here. And there's a solution that's coming through here that you didn't even realize was possible. This is what I sometimes talk about, where we sort of consider this option A and option B. But then we sometimes don't consider that there might be an option C, and that is the option C that's coming through here now, and it's got incredible potential. Okay, let's see. Get you an oracle card. Oh, okay. That one went flying right over there, and it says, "Fellow travelers, support is all around you." Okay, namaste.